Representative Daughtry, distinguished members of the committee, my name is Matt Marks. I live in Scarborough, and I represent the Associated General Contractors of Maine. Actually, in this case, would be the customers. One of the unique things about the construction industry, and particularly our relationship with the equipment suppliers, is that it is a partnership. The equipment has grown more complex. While we all employ technicians, we really do rely on the dealer relationship. And I can tell you that relationship has been very strong. You see the turnout here today. It's funny, those familiar faces are together often with our contractor members. In fact, when this bill actually came up, I think the first 4 or 5 phone calls I got were from general contractors using the equipment who said, we're very concerned about this. So why are they concerned about it? I think you heard very good reasons about why folks want to make sure that their equipment is meeting environmental compliance and why it's also meeting safety compliance. On the environmental side today, I spent a good part of the afternoon sitting on the Climate Council subgroup on transportation. There we were trying to figure out how to ensure that trucks and equipment were not only doing the things we expect them to do, but how we ensure that over time and keep improving it. In my opinion, this would be a giant step backwards in that. And this, for folks that are here today, they know the last 10 years and what that looked like to get the diesel engine to where it is, performing at the way it is today. The second piece is safety. So anytime we start meddling with the equipment in the sense that we can alter the computer portion of it is very, very critical to the fact that we are ensuring that that piece of equipment can perform as it was specified by the manufacturer. And in our opinion, when we look at that, we really have to make sure that we're also adhering to federal OSHA regulations. My question is, and I haven't talked to the OSHA director, but this could get very convoluted because now we're talking about the computer systems. That's going to get a lot tougher for not only OSHA to investigate, but for any incident that happens or could happen could become even more complex. And the last thing is this. I really believe, and I think you heard it today from Dana Duran, that your relationship and our relationship with the equipment manufacturers has been excellent. They have field folks who assist either by remote, who are there in the field, but it's just been a great partnership, and that's how we kind of look at the industry. So I urge you, however you move forward with this bill, that you really consider this, and you look around the room today, there's a lot of small business owners, a lot of Mainers who are here today saying together that this could cause a very significant problem for our entire industry. With that, that's all I have.
Thank you, Mr. Marks. Do you have any questions from the committee? Representative Austin?
Thank you, Madam Chair. This may sound like a softball, but maybe we'll close out with a softball, right? We'll do the 7th inning stretch. I don't know. Do you think Maine is just a common example of this kind of partnership, or do we kind of excel because we're kind of remote? We have to depend on each other up here in the corner of the good old states. Can you address that? In other words, we really don't maybe need some of this. We do have good relationships. We work together. We're worried about our customers. We're worried about the safety. So that's a softball, but I really do want to hear your answer.
Well, I think, nationally, our organization and contractors and those suppliers and service providers have a very close relationship. I would say it's more unique here in Maine because of the fact our nature. We tend to help people who need assistance, but also the fact that they know that the folks who just spoke before you, they know their cell phone numbers. they know how to get a hold of those people. So if they're not getting the answer they need, I'm sure Mike is going to get a call no matter what time of the day, even if he's plowing snow at 1 a.m. and somebody didn't get back to him, he's going to hear about it. And that's something that relationship is just valued here in Maine. It's our culture. So that partnership is very important to us, and I think out of that, we've been able to overcome and also solve a whole bunch of societal problems related to environmental controls and safety, and I hope that that continues in that fashion. So.
Thank you. Any other questions from the committee? Seeing none, thank you for your time, Mr. Marks. Do we have anyone else who would like to testify in opposition to LD 1977?